Welcome to the NEO operational video series for software version 3.7. These videos are designed for targeted instructions to get you up to speed quickly and simply. This video targets recording submasters. Now, as I spoke on other videos, submasters can be a little different depending upon the console that you're on. And submasters on NEO are simply sliders that are assigned to groups, because what is a sub but a collection of channels and their data, which is the same as what a group is. It's just you need it on a slider for live handle control. So that's the only difference. So there's a couple of ways of going about recording subs. We could do 1 through 9 full, and I could do record bump, and what I did is I just pressed the bump button for sub 1, and I'll hit release, and I'll go bring up sub 1, and notice the information is in yellow, which is the color of information from a sub. Now, before we look at the data, let's grab another set. Let's do 11 through 19 full, and this time I'm going to type record sub, the number, enter, and I'll hit release. The bump button for sub 2 is lit, and I can bring that sub up and see I've got the data. So it's pretty basic for recording subs. You could also do things like 21 through 29 full. I'm going to record group 3, and now what I'm going to do is go into the group display, and I see that I've got essentially the three groups that I've recorded. The first group is assigned to submaster 1, the second group is assigned to submaster 2, the third group, and here I'll just go ahead and assign it to submaster 3. Now, the one thing we do know is by building it as the group, it assigned it as shortcuts for both select and apply. So if I hit close and close this out and open up my shortcut window, I can see select group 3 is there. I can press once, it selects. I can press again and it applies. That's the difference in what select and apply does. But again, to record the subs, it can be record bump or record sub number, enter. There are different recording options for when you record sub, so I can hit record, then I can hit sub, and we see that it's using the default of record selected. I can hit the sub button again, and that would record any changed values, so those would be values that are in red. Or I could hit the sub button again, and now it says live. Recording live means it will record everything that the console is outputting, and those are my three options. So selected, changed, and live. Now let's look at recording submasters with attributed data in them. So if I grab 101 through enter full on our LEDs, and we'll just say at color 68, and then I'm going to say record bump to submaster 10. I'll hit release, and then we can roll this up and we can see we have intensity and color. Now notice both intensity and color are moving manually, or they're scaling proportionally. So I can go into the groups display, and on sub 10 I could say snap attributes. I might want that to be snap off 0. And now when I move these off 0, they will snap to the color as fast as they can, and I have intensity control of the same color. So that may be preferred response for what you're seeing. Now let's look at moving lights. So 201 through enter full will provide some pan tilt information, we'll provide some zoom information, and we'll provide some color information. This I'll do record bump on sub 9. We'll release. I'll move this up and down, and again we can see all of the data is there. Again, I could go into groups. I might want to change my snap attributes to be snap off 0 or snap at full, or leave them manual. I could always look at changing behavior. By default, these are going to be intensities or highest takes precedence, attributes or last takes precedence, but there are a number of options here that I may want to take a look at and use. You can go to the manual for the definitions of those. But also remember that these are determined, what gets stored in those groups and essentially the subs is determined by what your edit palette type is set to. So if groups are going to include all the parameter data, then that will be included. If color is not part of that, then color won't be included. So just remember to check your settings prior to recording. Okay, that's basically it. Thanks for watching this Neo operational video for software version 3.7. Go to the Philips Strand website at www.strandlighting.com for many more videos on Neo programming and operation.